Hey guys, today I'm going to be building the Lego Harry Potter platform 9 3/4 from the Hogwarts Express set. Okay, so I have to get my instructions. They are right here, and now let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna open the book, and I've built this whole set before, but I have platform 9 3/4. So in bag 1, you would get Lupin and Ron. So let's get started. I actually do not have the trolley. I lost all the pieces for that. But I do have all of the other pieces. And right now, it's getting very easy for us in the beginning. We just put 2 pieces together. That's actually how most instructions start. Usually you put 2 pieces together, or you put 1 piece together. Now we have one more piece that goes over here. Oh, oops, I forgot to put the actual right color of this piece on it. It is actually over here, and that's actually something that they did with this set that I think is kind of weird. They made 2 different colors of this thing. I don't think that was completely necessary. And now we have to add 2 of these ginormous holes. And then we actually have to add 2 more. These, and usually they'll just face each other to make a giant square. And then we have 1 more over here. Actually, yeah. And then 2 more, and the other one's actually going to fall over it. Okay, so I have the other 2 bricks, and this one's actually kind of more loose attachment. And then there's actually 1 more of these giant bricks, but then there's actually 1 smaller one. That's because they actually curve over the edge, which I think was kind of weird. Then you have like the bigger piece over here, and I don't know why they decided to slope over here. They could have just made it black, but I guess they wanted to kind of make it a little bit more interesting to build. I built even more of the long platform, and platform 9 3/4 actually has a weird shape, which you'll see later in the video. So the whole long portion is complete, and it's actually a pretty boring build. I definitely will admit that. And you can see how the sloped pieces go in, and it just like ends there. I think, yeah, they make it equal on both sides, but I mean, I still don't understand why they did this. And this is actually definitely way better than the 2001 version, except like there's a bridge in the middle and the Hogwarts Express goes through it, which I just think is very weird because half of it is in the Muggle world and then it drives through and then must disappear to get to platform 9 3/4 the way that this is constructed. And it's actually the only platform 9 3/4 we've gotten since 2001. Now we're starting to build up from the brick detail, not T-tail, that's not a thing. And we've got 2 of these pillars that are going to go on here. And then actually, one of them is going to connect to make the moving platform. And these are the first two pillars for the platform. And now we finally have the first sticker in the set, which is a wanted poster of Sirius Black holding his prisoner outfit. He was in prison for 13 years in Azkaban for a crime he did not commit, and that goes right next to here, and they actually all have clips on it, so I'm pretty sure I know how this goes out, but I won't spoil it. We now have 2 more pillars in the middle, and these are actually going to make a little rotating door where you can enter the platform. It's going to go this way since the wanted poster's on this side. So there's actually this part right here, which I just built, and the really cool thing about this is that you put it on platform 9 3/4 like this, and then it has 2 Technic pins, and so you can just swing it. And I'm actually missing a 1x4 plate. I actually had this mixed up with the pieces from Hagrid's hut, Buckbeak's Rescue, to make some mocks. And then I built Hagrid's hut, and this was remaining. And then I just realized I don't have the 1x4. It's probably buried in some of these pieces, so I'm going to put it in the video after. Okay, like, I'm not kidding. When I was recording that, I saw the piece, but that's kind of ridiculous, I think. And there's also a smoothed over 1x4 on the top because there's going to be bricks on top of it. But this is probably like my favorite part of this. It's just, oops. We now have these little arches, and you can see that the smoothed over top piece, whatever you want to call it, it actually lines up with the place that is not studded on these arches. Now we have built up a little, and the thing that really stumps me about this is there are these white pieces, and in the instructions it actually shows to put them down. Here is a picture in the instructions, and those are put down. In this picture over here, they're put up, and that's actually what I did because I thought of them as like lights, but there are other lights, and I use a different build. So what I'm assuming is that these are like tapestry hangings or like pieces of paper. Now we have smoothed over the top, or not all of the top. You can still see these 1x4 areas, but but some of the area is smoothed over with what I think is wood. And also now you can see that the platform 9 3/4 does not go up and around all the way because of the wood. Now we have added some lights. And over here I was missing a 1x1 cylinder, so I had to improvise, and I used a clear one. I really hope that I find it soon. I mean, it worked with the wall, so, but if I find it, I will show you at the end of the video. Now we have our second and third stickers with King's Cross and platform 9 3/4, the Hogwarts Express. Now we have our 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Actually, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 stickers so far, and there's actually, these are double-sided. That's why each of them counts as 2. And yeah, platform 9 3/4 uses like over half of the stickers. So this is the end of bag 1, and this is everything you would have gotten along with Ron and Lupin. In bag 2, you would have gotten Harry right there. Over here, we now have a staircase and a wooden panel, which it's actually the only one of this piece I have. Well, of course, there's another one in the set, but I actually only have it in this color from this set, and it's just an amazing mold. But I wish that they filled in that inside crack. But if you put it from the other side, it looks a lot better. But I just wish they would have filled it in over there, because that would have made it look a whole lot better. Continuing up, we now have a place for the minifigures to stand, and there's actually going to be a bridge that connects to another portion of it. And now we have a bit of railing over here, which is actually like, it's like hovering over here, so there's like a big gap, which I think is kind of weird. Across from this, where the bridge is going to be connecting, we now have like little base. It's not a base plate, but we've built up a higher base that's equal height to the one over here. Now we're building up a bit more with another one of these wooden panels and a little pillar over here with gray 1x2s over here, as well as a floating 1x2 under here. Now we have a staircase, and pretty soon there's going to be a platform on top, or else you would just go hop, 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 and then fall. We now have a platform up top, and then we have a bridge that's going to connect this to the ginormous flat area, and I actually have a lot of bent stuff. It's bent. But there's going to be a bridge that connects this portion to this over there. Okay, now we're building the bridge, and in the instructions it doesn't say to put this clock in, but I've built it like 7 times already, and I know that the clock already goes there, but this is like basically the base of the bridge. Now we have smoothed it over with some wood, and I've put on half of the railings over here, and they actually used a really good technique by using these clips, and then 1x4 tiles with clips on the ends, and that's actually a really good technique to get it slanted by putting it up at the right height from the front. Here's the completed bridge before it is attached, and this is like, it's a really basic build, but it uses a lot of good techniques to make it look like a really good bridge. And here is the bridge connecting the little island over here to the main long structure over here. Finally, we have this little, newspaper stand, and you can actually move it back, and then you can move it forward, and then I guess reach your minifigure's hand in, not yours. You could only poke a finger in, that's not enough to get a real newspaper, because of course this is too small for any human, but it's actually a really cool build and uses 2 of these new printed 2x2 tiles with the Daily Prophet, which is running an exclusive on The Boy Who Lived. And here is the little newspaper stand connected to the rest. And this is the finished platform 9 3/4. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.